morning, students. In my last video we discussed the pair of linear equations in two variables, and there are two methods to solve them, that is the graphical method and the algebraic method. We discussed the graphical method in my last class. Now we will discuss the algebraic methods. Methods to solve pair of linear equations in two variables. Now children, the first is substitution method. Children, in this method, value of one variable can be found out in terms of other variable from one of the given equations, and this value is substituted in other equation. Then we get the equation in one variable, that is solved. So I will use this method in solving my example, but let's discuss the second method. And the second method is, children, elimination method. Children, in this method, one variable out of the two, we are having two variables. So one variable out of the two variables is eliminated by making the coefficient of that variable equal in both the equations. And after eliminating one variable, we have left the equation with one variable that can be solved, and the previous variable value can be found by putting the value of second variable in any of the two equations. And the third method to solve pair of linear equation in two variables is cross multiplication. The technique to get the formula for this method is, you can write x y, then here it is 1. Start with b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2. So you can see I started with b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2. So we draw the cross like this. So it will be x upon b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Children, a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, they are the coefficients. The pair of linear equations in two variables. The general form is a1 x plus b1 y plus c1 equal to 0. a2 x plus b2 y plus c2 equal to 0. So y equal to, now we take c1 a2 minus c2 a1 equal to 1 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Now let me solve one equation by all the three methods. Let us take solve. My question is, solve the following pair of linear equation in two variables. So let the equations be x plus y equal to 14, x minus y equal to 4. So let it be equation 1, let it be equation 2. Let's first solve it by substitution method. As I said previously, here we will express one variable into other in terms of other variable. So from equation 2 I get x equal to y plus 4. Let it be equation 3. Now put equation 3, that is value of x, in equation 1. So I get, instead of x I will write y plus 4 plus y equal to 14. So 2y equal to 10, y equal to 5. So my answer is y equal to 5. Now put y equal to 5 in equation 3. So I get x equals to 5 plus 4 equal to 9. So my answer is y equals to 5 and x equal to 9. So this is the first method. Now let's do it by elimination method. Elimination method I discussed just now. I said that we make the coefficient of one of the variables same by multiplication with any number, both the equations. So eliminate one variable, we will be left the equation with second variable, find out the value and put the value of this variable in any of the equation, you will get the first variable. So my equation is x plus y equals, same equation, same question we will solve. So equations are x plus y equal to 14, x minus y equal to 4, let it be 1, 2. On adding equation 1 and equation 2, so you can see plus y minus y get cancelled. We will be left with 2x equal to 18. So this implies x equal to 9. Now we will put the value of x equal to 9 in any of the equation. Let's put in equation 1. So our equation 1 is x plus y equals to 14. So put x equal to 9 in equation 1. So we get y equals to 14 minus 9 equal to 5. That means the answer is x equals to 9, y equals to 5. Same answer that we get previously. Now we will solve by cross multiplication method. So my equations are x plus y equals to 14, x minus y equals to 15. We will write it in the standard form. So we get x plus y equals minus 14 equals to 0, x minus y minus 4 equal to 0. So we get a1 equals to 1, a2 equals to 1. We will compare it with the standard form, that is a1x plus b1y equals to plus c1, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0, and b1 equals to 1, b2 equals to minus 1, c1 equals to minus 14, c2 equals to minus 4. So what was the formula? X upon b1 c2 minus b2 c1 equal to y upon, we discussed the formula. If you remember, y equals to c1a2 minus c2a1 equal to 1 upon a1b2 minus a2b1. So let's put the value x upon, what is b1? 1. What is c2? Minus 4. Minus b2 minus 1 into c1 minus 14 equal to y upon c1 minus 14. What is a2? 1 minus c2, it's minus 4, a1 is 1 equal to 1 upon, what is a1? a1 1 What is B2? Minus 1. Minus, what is A2? 1. And B1? 1. So we get x upon minus 4 minus 14, y upon minus 14 plus 4, 1 upon minus 2. So this means x upon minus 18 either equals to 1 upon minus 2 or y upon minus 10 equals to 1 upon minus 2. Cross multiply, we get x equals to minus 18 upon minus 2 equals to 9. Y equals to minus 10 upon minus 2 equal to 5. So you can see again I am getting x equal to 9 and y equals to 5. So all the three cases, whether we solve it by substitution, elimination or cross multiplication, we are getting the same answer. I hope the method is clear. Now we will, in this chapter we will be dealing with different types of word problems. Now the very first type is age based questions. So children, in this problem we will be finding out the ages of two persons. Now we will consider the present age of one person to be x years and the age of second person to be the y years. Then a years ago the age of first person will be x minus a, and for second person it will be y minus a. And after b years the age of first person will be x plus ba, and for second person it will be x plus y plus b. So like that we solve it. Now let's take one example for it, and we do just have a look on the exercise 3.3, question number 3, sixth part. So exercise 3.3, question number 3, it's sixth part. You can see it's an age related question, and here in the question they are giving, if you just open the book, it was said that 5 years hence the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. What are their present ages? As I said, we will assume the present ages. So let present age of Jacob be x years and present age of son be y years. So now he is discussing after 5 years. So after 5 years, so if you are of 10 years age presently, then after 5 years your age will be 10 plus 5, 15 years. So same way, after 5 years Jacob's age be x plus 5 years and son's age be y plus 5 years. But according to question, it was said that 5 years hence Jacob's age will be 3 times that of his son. It means, what is Jacob's age? X plus 5, and this will be 3 times of son's age. What is son's age? Y plus 5. So we get the equation x plus 5 equals to 3y plus 15. So this gives x minus 3y minus 10 equal to 0. Let it be equation 1. Now they are discussing 5 years ago. So if we discuss 5 years ago, children, Jacob's age be x minus 5 and son's age be y minus 5 years. But according to question, it was said that 5 years ago Jacob's age is 7 times the age of his son. So what is the present, the 5 years ago age? as it is x minus 5 equals to 7 times y minus 5. So it gives x minus 5 equals to 7y minus 35, x minus 7 plus 30 equal to 0. Let it be equation 2. Now on subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. So we get x minus 3y minus 10. Now second equation is x minus 7y plus 30 equal to 0. So let's subtract. So sign reverses. X cancelled out with minus x. So we are left with plus 4y minus 40 equals to 0. So this gives 4y equals to minus 40 equals to 0, y equals to 10. So put y equal to 10 in equation. Let's put in equation 1. So we get x equals to 3 into 10 plus 10 equals to 40. It means, so answer is Jacob's age 40 years, son's age 10 years. Now the second type is, children, the problem related to fractions. So when it is a fraction, so let the fraction be x upon y, where x is numerator and y is denominator. So for this, let us refer to exercise 3.3, again question number 3 and the fifth part. So just have a look on the question. It says a fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both numerator and the denominator, and if 3 is added to both the numerator and denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. Find the fraction. So let's find the solution of it. Let the fraction be x upon y, where x is numerator and y is denominator. Now according to question, the first case he said that if 2 is added to numerator, 2 is added to denominator, the fraction is 9 by 11. Let's cross multiply it. So we get 11x plus 22 equals to 9y plus 18. So 11x minus 9y plus 4 equals to 0. So let it be equation 1. Now in the second case he says that if 3 is added to numerator, so numerator is x, if 3 is added to numerator, 3 is added to denominator, the fraction becomes 5 by 6. So let's cross multiply. 6x plus 18 equals to 5y plus 15. So it gives 6x minus 5y plus 3 equals to 0. Let it be equation 2. Let's solve it by substitution method. Now from equation 1, so let's write x in terms of y. So it will give 11x equals to 9y minus 4, x equals to 9y minus 4 upon 11. Now put, let it be 3. Put equation 3, that is value of x, in equation 2. So we get 6 into 9y minus 4 upon 11 minus 5y plus 3 equal to 0. So we are getting 54y minus 24 minus 55y plus 33 upon 11 equal to 0. So children, this gives 54y minus 55y minus 24 plus 33 equals to 0. So minus y, we are left with minus y plus 9 equals to 0. So y equals to 9. Put y equals to 9 in equation 3. So we get x equals to 81 minus 4 by 11. So x equals to 7. Therefore, our fraction is x by y. It means 7 by 9. Now the next type of problem related in this question are having the relationship between, we learned that speed equals to distance upon time. So next type is, that is the third type, the problems related to speed, distance and time. So we are having the relationship speed equals to distance upon time. So it means time equals to distance upon speed. Children, if the question involves the upstream and downstream words, so if we are dealing with the problems related to the speed of rowing a boat in a river or stream, so if we consider, let speed of rowing boat in still water be x kilometer per hour and speed of current river be y kilometer per hour, then speed upstream, if we go upstream, so it will be x minus y kilometer per hour, and if we go downstream, then the speed will be x plus y kilometer per hour. For this, we just do the question number 2, first part of exercise 3.6. So let's come to exercise 3.6, question number 2 and first part. So let's do the solution for this question. So this question says Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find her speed of rowing in still water and the speed of current. So let speed of rowing in still water be x kilometer per hour and speed of current be y kilometer per hour. Then if she goes downstream, speed x plus, as I said, x plus y kilometer per hour. If she goes upstream, speed will be x minus y kilometer per hour. Now according to question, it was said that when she goes downstream, so downstream, let's use the formula distance upon speed equal to time. So the time she takes to, when she covers the distance of 20 km, and the speed downstream will be x plus y. If she goes upstream, same formula is there. She took 2 hours to cover a distance of 4 km and the speed will be x minus y. So let's cross multiply. So we get x plus y equal to 10. Let it be equation 1. Here we get x minus y equal to 2. Let it be equation 2. On adding equation 1 and equation 2, so we get x plus y equal to 10, x minus y equal to 2. So if we add, y get cancelled by minus y, we get 2x equals to 12. So x equals to 6 km per hour. Put x equals to 6 in equation 1. So it gives y equals to 4 km per hour. So therefore children, speed of rowing in still water is 6 kilometer per hour and speed of current is 4 kilometer per hour. Now children, complete all the questions. If the doubt is there, you can ask me and do the examples also. Stay